tips. We have Joy with us to analyze the currency market, and later during the session we will discuss the commodities market with myself, Thambi. US market is set to open in a few hours time. So welcome back, Joy.
Thanks, Danny.
So Joy, how is euro trading in afternoon session?
Well, the euro advanced for a third day against the dollar on speculation that the policymakers are stepping up efforts to stem the spreads of the European debt crisis before a Portuguese bond auction today.
Okay.
The euro rose 0.4% to 1.3024 at 10:26 a.m. in London.
Okay.
And strengthened 0.3% to 108.27 against the yen. The common currencies gained 0.3% to 1.2667 against the Swiss franc after reaching 1.269 to their highest level since Jan 6. So we have seen a upside going in euro against Swiss franc, yen, and US dollar. That's mainly because of the debt sale is coming into today's market.
So probably market is expecting some positive aspect from the debt sale, or
Yes.
is it just
No,
a short covering that is coming?
I think if the Japanese and Chinese government will support the debt, it will be positive for the eurozone.
Okay, fine. So some short covering and some buying interest coming into the eurozone, euro currency in fact. So how is it trading against the US dollar?
Well, the euro has rebounded against the dollar after reaching an almost 4-month low of 1.2867 on Jan 10th, as Japan said it plans to buy bonds issued by the European Union's financial aid funds, echoing a pledge by China to help stem the region's debt crisis.
Okay.
So the eurozone is getting some support from China and Japan.
Okay, that is acting as a negative
Good
factor for
support.
US dollar.
Yeah, and a negative factor for US dollar.
Okay. So how is dollar index trading in today's market?
Well, the dollar index, which measures the US currency against the euro, yen, pound, Canadian dollar, Swedish krona, and Swiss franc, fell 0.3% to 80.575.
Okay.
The dollar weakened with all but 2 of its 16 most traded peers as investors sought high-yielding assets.
Okay. So how is Swiss franc trading in today's market?
Well, the Swiss franc declined against the euro for a third consecutive day as the European Union and Asian efforts to stem the debt crisis spurred demand for assets perceived as less risky.
Okay.
The Alpha nation currencies weakened against 13 of its 16 most actively traded counterparts, monitored by Bloomberg, losing most against the South African rand and the Swedish krona. So we have seen a selling coming into the Swiss franc.
Okay, and we have seen some buying happening in
Euro.
riskier asset classes
Riskier
like
classes.
krona and franc. Okay. So what are the key supports and resistance level to watch out for in today's US trading session?
Well, against the euro is USD, the first support is at 1.2983 and the second comes at 1.2870. The resistance for the euro is at 1.3057 and then comes 1.3136. Japanese yen is USD, the first support is at 83.02, that is 50-day moving average.
Okay.
And the second one is at 82.70. The resistance for the currency is at 83.42 and then comes 83.77.
Okay.
GBP USD, the first support is a 1.5611 and the next one is a 1.5556.
Okay.
The resistance for the currency is a 1.5661 and then 1.5715. Australian dollar by USD, the first support comes at 0.9822, the second support is at 0.9761.
Okay.
The currency has got a strong resistance at 0.9928 and the second resistance is at 0.9970.
Okay.
So these all are the major trading levels for today's market.
Okay, mainly the market has to watch out for the euro movement. Probably we'll be seeing some volatility.
How they will get the response from the Chinese and Japanese.
Fine. So thank you, Joy, for your valuable insights.
Thanks, Nalin.
Stay tuned, viewers. We'll be back with the commodities market update after this commercial.
Welcome back, viewers. We'll discuss the commodities market with Navneet. Welcome, Navneet.
Thank you, sir.
So, Mr. Navneet, what are the key economic numbers which came in during the day and what more can be expected during the European trading section today?
Yeah, the day started with the Japanese bank lending rates that came in, which declined at a slower pace to 1.9% as against the previous value of minus 2.0%. And we had the Japanese current account data, which expanded to 1.15 trillion as against the 0.99 trillion that was expected by the market.
Okay.
These were the two key data which came in for the during the Asian trading session. Coming to the European trading session, we had the UK trade balance data, which is expected to come in at minus 8.2 billion as against the previous value is minus 8.5 billion. And we have the Eurozone industrial production numbers on a month-on-month basis, which is expected to improve by 0.5% as against the previous value of 0.6%. But these two data will be significant in today's market because market will be keenly watching towards that Portugal debt sale that is happening in the market and how much demand that is able to be to come into the market in today's evening trading session.
All the things will depend upon the response to the
Exactly. If it is coming in a positive note, probably we'll be seeing the buying continuing in riskier asset classes like crude oil and base metals. Then coming to the US trading session, we have the US import price numbers on a month-on-month basis, which is expected to remain unchanged at 1.3%. We have the US crude oil inventory data today, which is expected to rise by 0.4 million barrels as against the previous number of minus 4.2 million barrels. So this data will be keenly watched by the energy traders in today's market.
Okay, fine. So what are the key supports and resistance levels for the commodities in today's market?
Yeah. Gold has got a very good support at $1376, and we have seen some buying interest coming into gold and silver prices in yesterday's trading session also.
Okay.
So $1386 will be the next level to watch out for in case of an upward movement. And if this level is broken with convincing volume, we can expect the commodity trade at $1405 levels, and $1400 will be the psychological resistance level for the commodity prices. If $1376 is broken on the downside, then we can expect $1365 on the downside. Again, 1365 to 1355 region is a very good support for a medium to long term basis. So probably we can see some buying interest coming in if the prices dip to these levels.
Okay.
Silver has got a very good support at $29.15 levels, and $29.87 will be the resistance level to watch out for. So if this level is broken with good volumes, we can expect $30.40 on the upside. Again, $30 will be psychological resistance level for the silver prices. So at $29.15 will be the support level to watch out for, and if this level is broken with good volumes, we can expect $28.52 on the downside. Again, it will be depending on the euro movement that is happening in the euro USD movement, in fact, which is happening in the commerce trading session. Crude has got a very good support at $90.81 and $91.66 is a resistance level to watch out for. Probably the price will be fluctuating between these levels because we have the inventory data release also coming in.
Okay.
So market will be taking cues from that level. And if 90.81 level is broken with good volumes, we can expect 89.32 levels on the downside. Again, the traders has to keenly watch the Euro USD movement in today's trading session. Not only the inventory data that is important, but the currency movement is also to be keenly watched.
Okay.
91.66 is the next resistance level to watch out for. And if this level is broken with good volume, we can expect 92 to $92.50 on the upside. Natural gas has got a very good support at $4.39, and we saw some buying interest coming in at the key support level of 4.28 levels in yesterday's trading session. So $4.25 will be acting as a very good support level for a medium term perspective. Probably for this week's trading, 4.25 will be the major support level to watch out for. $4.69 will be the resistance level to watch out for, and if this level is broken with good volumes, we can expect 4.94 levels on the upside. Copper has got a very good support at $432. And this will be the trendline support level for the commodity prices in today's trading. And if this level is broken with good volumes, we can expect $427 on the downside. The chances of breaking the support level will be totally depending on the currency movement and the sentiments that is generating from the Eurozone area. If it is on a positive note, we can expect the prices to test the $440 on the upside. Again, it is a very good resistance level. It is a psychological resistance level also for the commodity prices. If this level is broken with good volumes, we can expect $446 on the upside. So these are the key levels to watch out for.
Fine. So can you give us a quick update on what would be the impact of floods in Australia in the commodity price?
Yeah, we have seen some concern that is coming in from the Australian front because of the flood that is happening.
Okay.
Because Australia is the largest producer of iron ore, and also for other metals, and especially for commodities, soft commodities like sugar is also one of the major producers of sugar also. So we have seen the exports that is being impacted because of this flood, and especially the countries like China is a major importer of the products that is being produced in Australia.
Okay.
So probably we will see the domestic inflation rates of these countries spiking up in the coming days because of the supply side constraint of the commodity in Asian markets. So we'll be seeing the inflation rate spiking up in the coming days, and probably it will be prompting the central banks to probably to increase their lending rates in the coming days. So commodities will be having an indirect effect on because of this, especially the speculative commodities like base metals and crude oil will be having a huge impact because of this.
So thanks, Nani, for your valuable information. So keep watching viewers. We have the equity market section with Shan coming after the short commission.
Welcome back, viewers. This is Shine giving more updates about F&O activity for the day. FI net buy in the index feature 476 crore and the stock feature net buy around 471 crore as on yesterday. The Nifty January feature closed at the premium 11 points, and on the other hand, February feature closed at the premium of 27 points. The put call ratio upon this has decreased from 0.97% to 0.95 points. The implied volatility of at-the-money options decreased from 21.75% to 21.50%. The total open interest of the market is 1,40,338 crore, and the stock future open interest is 35,428 crore. In the last trading session, highest build-up was observed in the 5,700 call and 5,500 put options. However, unwinding was visible in the 5,800 and above strike put options. Stock which are good move with the good open interest are like Suzlon 10.50% decrease in the price, increase in the price by 12.8%. Hindalco open interest 11.85% with the increase in the price by 3.14%. ITC open interest 13.36% increase in the price by 1.64%. Tata Motors open interest 10% increase in the price by 5%. Bharati Airtel opened us 10% increase in the price by 2.83%. Other stocks like M&M, TCS, Andhra Bank, GAIL and Siemens. Decrease in the price and increase in the open us are like HCC opened us 11.56% with a decrease in the price by 1.76%. Hindustan Unilever 6.59% with a decrease in the price by 0.76%. L&T opened us 15.94% with a decrease in the price by 1.14%. IOC opened us 7% with a decrease in the price by 2.79%. Bajaj Auto 12.33% with a decrease in the price by 1.37%. Other stocks like Jet Airways, Tata Power and Oil. That's all for now, viewers. We will back with more news and updates tomorrow. Till then, this is Stan saying goodbye from Latest Market Research.